Hello, everyone. Today we're going to be looking at English Cafe Ministry. Just wanted to show you what this curriculum is and how you can use it in your context. So we'll jump right in. There's really two ways that we've been using English Cafe. One was in-person English Cafe. You can see here we've got one facilitator, one teacher per table, and it's about 5 or 7 students per table. The way we did it was we did it in a church. We've done it at our facilities here at SYME, which is a training facility, a discipleship training facility. And we had people from the community come, and our missionaries would lead English Cafe. But we've also done it in a church where we had the church members lead it. So then that took the burden off of our missionaries. There's no registration required, so people just came, showed up. So we didn't really know how many people would show up each time, but we averaged about 30 students each week. And at this church, we had just run for 6 months before COVID in person. So it worked really well in that way. So that's one way you could do it, is have a teacher and 5 or 6 students around a table. Next way you can do it is do English Cafe online. And one of the countries, we're currently using English Cafe in 4 of our countries with our mission. And one of the countries that does it in Asia started doing it during COVID. So they had to go online right away with it. And they started out with just 14 students that they found through personal connections and word of mouth. And then they went to 250 students a week in just under 6 months. So what they did is they would use teachers from the US or from Canada or from really anywhere. Just teachers could be around the globe teaching online, doing this curriculum, and so they went from 14 students to 250 students a week. So that was really amazing. That showed us that online has a huge potential to reach people because you're not limited by location. For us doing it at that church, you could only reach people that were driving distance away. But if you wanted to reach all of Taiwan, or you wanted to even reach another country, you could start doing that through English Cafe Online. The next step for their students in this country with 250 students a week is to join a discipleship class. So they first do English Cafe, and then after one term, they meet with them and say, would you like to join a discipleship class? So then there's no like English teaching. It's all done in English anyways, but it's a only Bible discipleship class. Then for them, after their discipleship class, they're trained to be small group leaders. So you go from English Cafe, discipleship class, small group leaders. And this is kind of what I wanted to talk about here. I think English Cafe is a great introductory or segue ministry. People love learning English, and you offer them a free English Bible class that appeals to many people. So you can start with that and then go to any ministry that you do in your context. So if you're bringing them into your church or bringing them into your discipleship training center or anything, I think starting with an English Cafe, it's very open. We designed the curriculum for Christians and non-Christians. So you're getting a lot of people that are inviting their friends. It's for free. You can also charge. Some of our countries charge for it. But yeah, it appeals to a lot of people. And we want to design the curriculum for you so that your prep time is like 5 to 15 minutes. It really doesn't take any time to prepare because of how it's set up. And all you have to do is have the students read the questions and then answer the questions. And near the end, you can give a little bit more input. I'll show you in this next slide. This is the Google Drive link to the curriculum. It also contains a little bit of basic training on there. You can't click on that because it's a video, but if you need to contact me to get this link, or if you can't find it, it's NELSON buchanan@gmail.com. That's nelsonbuchanan@gmail.com. So all of these, when you click on that link, you'll find all the lessons. Right now there's about 40, but we're always adding new ones. And English Café lessons are topical. All the topics are relatable for Christians as well as non-Christians. And each lesson starts out with vocabulary words, and then we quickly go into conversation questions. The goal is really to get the students talking. And then the second part is really what we want to be doing. It's focusing on the Bible. And at the end of each lesson, we have an opportunity to share the gospel. And then it just restarts. So let me see if I can show you a lesson here. So this is what the link looks like. Once you go in here, you'll find all the lessons. And let's say we click on this one, there's a Word document and a PDF version. If you want to edit it, you can download the Word document and then edit something. This is what it looks like. So we got an introduction. I usually do this when not everyone showed up. You can talk through these questions together because you're just waiting for maybe 10 minutes. It could be awkward. So you can just talk through these. Once everybody arrives, I usually start with the vocabulary. And then you move into some interesting quotes. There's always a story that we try to put in. So this is a fable about two goats walking across a bridge. And what can you learn from this story? Who is the peacemaker in this story? And you just open that up for conversation. So far, there's nothing about the Bible. It's just, we're really just talking and discussing it together. And then here we start with the Bible. So at this point, we start talking more how Christians view peacemakers and things. And then at the end, it's talking about, do you know how to make peace with God? So that's the open door to sharing the gospel. And every lesson is like that. Every lesson has a different topic. Stress, can I please everybody, good gifts, revenge, sacrifice. So you can choose any lesson and just, depending on what your students want to do. So yeah, if anybody has any questions about that, I would really love to share more. And you can share it with your friends. We're making this curriculum. We just really want as many people to use it as possible. We just want to make it easy to share the gospel. So thank you so much. So there's just a couple other questions that people had. One question was, what is the level that these lessons are designed for? And we do not cater our lessons to low-level students. And the reason for that is those students probably won't understand when you get to the Bible part, and you're not going to be able to have a deep conversation with them. So we really cater to people that are able to converse at least a little bit. So people that are just learning their simple vocabulary, they would have to do a different program. But English Café material is more for that intermediate or advanced student. And the second question was, if we're doing it online, how do we do that? And one thing I left out was that we usually limit it to 3 or 4 students per teacher online, because once you get to 12, 15 students, it becomes really hard to talk to everybody or give everybody a chance to just have a conversation.